Greets peeps, this is Tony the... what am I today? I am Tony the hearty fellow. Seeing as we're playing a pirate-themed game. This is one of the best pirate games that I've ever played. Sid Meier's Pirates came out 2004, 2005, according to this. But it was preceded by almost exactly the same game, but with much, much worse graphics on, I think, on Atari, on Amiga, and on PC in the 90s, something like that. I can't remember. I got exposed to it very late on. A friend of mine had an old Amiga that we opened up and we had a run on, and it was absolutely fantastic. I loved the game. But never had an Amiga myself, so never had the opportunity to get to enjoy this game properly until this came out on PC, and I've loved it. I've bought this about 5 times on various platforms and on various machines. I think I had this on Xbox, I had this on 360, I've had it all over the shop. I just absolutely love it. It's one of those games that I come back to every now and then, and it's fantastic. It began with a celebration, indebted for years to the Marquis de la Montalban. A family's prosperity was soon to be restored. Their fleet was due to arrive on the morrow, carrying both their hopes and their salvation. But the celebration was befouled by an unwelcome guest. The Marquis himself arrived bearing ill tidings. The fleet had been lost, and the debt had come due. The family's property was seized, and they were pressed into bondage. But one of them would not be a slave. Oh, you dirty Marquis. And so it was that the brave young scion escaped his family's fate, swearing to save them and one day avenge the Marquis's foul deed. 10 years later. These graphics are chunky, but now grown to his full measure. The young adventurer began his quest to find his family and restore their fortune. Seeking passage to the New World, you inquire at the public house. If ye be looking for passage to the Americas, you can sign up here. Right. Incognito. Nope, that is no good for me. Punto. Punto shall be my name. I shall begin on... Apprentice. If you haven't played this game before, definitely go Apprentice. It gives you some real good advantages, and there's some pain in the ass parts of the game that are really hard without having played it a little bit. Why can't I? Something's going on here. There we go. Punto. So I've played Journeyman a fair bit. I think that's a reasonable place to start. I'm tempted to start with Adventurer, to be honest. It's been a while since I've played this. It's literally been a year at least, and then prior to that, not for years more earlier. What I'll do is Skillet Medicine allows you to live longer, and that's quite important if you want to finish the entire, if you want to play for ages and ages, and as the same person, you end up being forced to retire eventually if you take too many wounds. So Skillet Fencing is a good way to avoid that, to avoid taking wounds. But Skillet Medicine, I think I'm good enough at fencing that I can probably get away. Oh look, I'm getting nervous now. I'm going to do Journeyman just to show you how to do things a little bit, and we'll look to change over to Adventurer shortly. And we'll choose the Golden Age of Buccaneering because that sounds cool. There's plenty of warfare to legalize our actions, and a plethora of rich Spanish and non-Spanish ports to either raid or use as bases as you prefer. Military weakness. Spain's ships and towns are a popular target for buccaneers. Yeah, that sounds cool. We like that. You need to sign on as part of the crew. The the captains at yonder tables will likely take you aboard. There be French, Spanish, Dutch, and English. Ships are looking for able-bodied lads such as yourself. Take your pick. Which one shall we be? French are quite fun. Dutch are the least. There's the least Dutch ports in the New World, so they're kind of fun, kind of challenging. Spanish are everywhere, and you've got allies everywhere. English are. You can kind of change between. You can kind of change between the races anyway. Sorry, not the races. The would you call them races? What would you call them? Nationalities. You can switch between the nationalities anyway. Uh, who shall we be? I don't like the greasy bones on his plate. So and I don't like his nose much. He's got a bit of a smirk on him. He looks like a funny. He looks like a good laugh. We'll start with Spanish, shall we? Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard, Mr. Punto. We sail with the sun, with the tide. The crossing was fraught with terror and cruelty. The captain drove the ship and her crew to breaking. Ah, well, what a nice guy. Giving us a kick. He was just so polite to us when he invited us on board. Hey, get your hands off my shiny thing. Wallop. Oh, you wise bastard. Pushed beyond all decency, their crew mutinies. Lucky timing that the rest of the lads decided to mutiny when I did. Let's see. He definitely fired a cannon at his own ship. That is special business. What the hell? There's some rope burn you're going to pick up doing that, my friend. Ouch. What is he doing? Firing a cannon at his own ship? What a absolute toolbag. Oh wow, we didn't even get to have a sword fight with him. Um, I think at higher levels you have to sword fight with him to it gives you an introduction to how sword fighting works in the game, and or maybe it's at lower levels that it shows you how. I don't know. But there we go, we've got a family to rescue, a fortune to make, and revenge to be served. Oh, there we go, so we've got, what, a sister, an older brother, no, it's an uncle, I'm pretty sure. A sister, an uncle, and a mum and a dad to rescue. Okie dokes, so we've arrived at Nombre de Dios with 2,800 people. That's quite a few in this game, I believe. I think the most populous places are like 4,000, if I recall. God, it's been a long time. Merchants usually trade only with reputable Spanish sailors, such as ourselves at present. So what we'll do is we'll talk to the governor first. We want to get a letter of marque that will allow us... God, this face modelling's awful. This said, I'm used to effectively an 8-bit version from the old Amiga one, so this was a vast improvement. Here we go. So a letter of marque allows us to plunder and sink the ships of our enemies. And they're at war with the English. Cool. So there's some English up there that up at that port, and English ships will likely be around English ports, so we need to go do our pirating over there. Well, hey, an English coastal bark was seen this morning headed in that direction. Cool. Alright, that means we get to try and track down an English bark and we'll take the ship hopefully. All right, so this is the let's go back here. So the other options that we didn't have a look at before were visit the tavern, trade with a merchant, consult with the shipwright, check out, divide the plunder is when you've finished your latest run of piracy, and you want to divide the plunder. You give all the lads their share, and you take your share. The higher the level that you are, the more of the money that you keep. So I think with us being at adventurer, we get maybe like double the share or something like that. I can't remember. We'll find out. So we'll go back here. We'll visit the tavern. There we go. The shipwright in Cartagena can upgrade. I'm just wondering if I said Cartagena right. I've always said it that way. I think that's right. Can upgrade your ship with fine grade powder if you like. Cool. That allows our ships to fire farther. That's brilliant. That's one of the best things. So we should definitely go have a look at there. Oh, so the citizens are discussing us getting our letter of marque. Jack Rackham, the ninth most notorious pirate, not pilot, pirate in the Caribbean, sails out of Darugan, near the city of Maracaibo, carrying 600 gold doubloons. Very nice. But him being the pirates in this game have a little bonus over the other ships that you encounter, so it's quite likely that we'd get monstered by a pirate just at the moment. Mysterious traveller offers to sell a French chapeau, just a fancy hat. Will help guarantee an invitation to the ball and can be ours for 1,500 gold pieces. Yikes, we've only got 100, mate. You are crazy. That's one hell of a friggin' hat. Alright, despite the booming economy, 17 lads want to join us to take our crew to 57. Welcome aboard, mates. That sounds good to us. And we've done basically all we can here. That chap doesn't seem to be active. That guy we've already seen. Cool. So we've done all our duties at the tavern. We'll trade with the merchant. He's got no guns. We've only got 8 guns, and if we have a look at the... so he could upgrade us with copper plating, which I think makes our hull more resilient, but it costs $500, so there's nothing we can do there. But we do have chain shot and grape shot, both of which we'll explain shortly. So let's sail away. We'll go looking for this English bark that we saw. For those of you on YouTube, this will be the end of the video, and for those of us on Twitch, I'll be right back.